We all have unique personalities. They shape how we see the world, interact with others, and handle our emotions. But sometimes personality traits can be so inflexible and unhealthy that they cause significant problems in a person's life. This is where we talk about personality disorders. Cluster A personality disorders are a group of mental health conditions characterized by odd or eccentric thinking and behavior. Imagine someone who always suspects others have ulterior motives, or someone who prefers to be alone and avoids close relationships. These are just glimpses into the world of Cluster A disorders. People with these disorders often have trouble relating to others and understanding social cues. They may misinterpret normal interactions as hostile or threatening. This can lead to significant distress, isolation, and difficulty functioning in everyday life. It's important to remember that personality disorders are real medical conditions. They're not a sign of weakness or something people choose to have. They often stem from a complex interplay of genetic predisposition and environmental factors. Paranoid personality disorder, or PPD, is characterized by a pervasive distrust and suspicion of others. People with PPD believe that others are constantly trying to harm, deceive, or exploit them. They often see hidden meanings or threats in everyday situations. Imagine constantly questioning the motives of everyone around you, even close friends and family. People with PPD might struggle to confide in others, fearing that any information shared will be used against them. They may hold grudges for a long time and be unforgiving of perceived insults. This constant suspicion can create significant strain in relationships. Loved ones may feel like they're walking on eggshells, unsure what might trigger an angry outburst or accusation. Social interactions become a minefield of potential threats, leading to isolation and loneliness. It's important to remember that people with PPD aren't necessarily delusional. Their suspicions, while extreme, are often rooted in some distorted perception of reality. They genuinely believe they are in danger, even if there's no evidence to support it. Schizoid personality disorder, or SPD, paints a different picture. People with SPD are often described as loners or hermits. They have a limited range of emotions and appear detached from the world around them. Social interaction holds little appeal, and they often prefer solitary activities. Imagine someone who finds more comfort in books or computers than in human connection. Individuals with SPD might have difficulty forming close relationships, even with family members. They may seem indifferent to praise or criticism and show little desire for intimacy or sexual relationships. While they might appear aloof or emotionless, it's important to remember that people with SPD aren't necessarily unhappy. They simply experience the world differently. Their internal world might be rich and fulfilling, even if they struggle to express it outwardly. The challenges arise when their detached nature interferes with their ability to function in society. Holding down a job that requires teamwork or social interaction can be difficult. They might struggle to form meaningful connections, leading to a sense of isolation and loneliness. Section 4. Schizotypal personality disorder. Navigating an unusual world. Schizotypal personality disorder, or STPD, is where things get a little more complicated. Imagine a world where your senses are heightened and you experience strange perceptions or beliefs that others find odd. This is the reality for many individuals with STPD. People with STPD often have peculiar thoughts and behaviors. They might have unusual beliefs in magic or telepathy, dress eccentrically, or have difficulty distinguishing between reality and fantasy. Social anxiety is common, and they may struggle to understand social cues, leading to inappropriate responses. Imagine feeling like you're on a different wavelength from everyone else. People with STPD might experience paranoia and have difficulty forming close relationships. Their unusual thoughts and behaviors can make it challenging to fit in, leading to social isolation and feelings of being misunderstood. It's important to note that STPD is not the same as schizophrenia. While there are some overlapping symptoms, individuals with STPD maintain a grasp on reality. Their unusual beliefs and perceptions, while unconventional, don't typically reach the level of hallucinations or delusions. Section 5. The challenges of Cluster A personality disorders. Living with a Cluster A personality disorder presents a unique set of challenges. Imagine navigating a world where your perceptions and behaviors are constantly at odds with those around you. The social isolation, communication difficulties, and emotional distress can be overwhelming. People with these disorders often struggle to maintain stable relationships. Their distrust, detachment, or unusual behaviors can create conflict and misunderstandings. Holding down a job or pursuing education can be difficult, as social interactions and teamwork are often essential components. Furthermore, individuals with cluster A disorders may face stigma and discrimination. Their behaviors might be misconstrued as rude, lazy, or even dangerous. This lack of understanding can lead to further isolation and reluctance to seek help. It's crucial to remember that these disorders are not a choice. They are real medical conditions that require professional intervention. With proper treatment and support, individuals with cluster A personality disorders can learn to manage their symptoms and live fulfilling lives. Section 6, offering support and understanding. Understanding is the first step towards offering support. We need to move away from judging or labeling individuals with cluster A disorders. Instead, let's focus on providing empathy, compassion, and a willingness to learn. If you know someone struggling with a cluster A disorder, encourage them to seek professional help. Therapy can provide them with tools and strategies to manage their symptoms and improve their quality of life. Medication might also be an option in some cases. Be patient and understanding. Building trust takes time, especially for someone who might have difficulty with social interactions or trusting others. Listen without judgment and offer support without trying to fix them. Remember, everyone deserves to feel understood and supported. By increasing awareness and promoting empathy, we can create a more inclusive and compassionate world for individuals living with cluster A personality disorders.